Welcome to the CBS Eye on Money show. It's Tuesday, January 10th, and we are here in the new year answering financial questions. And the we is me, Jill Schlesinger, and the he is Mark Talercio. Mark's a little bit still under the weather. He had a rotten end of the year. I'll tell you, Mark, you got rid of all of your illnesses for the next 2 years, hopefully. That's the good news.
I hope you are correct.
All right. But I see you still have like that head cold thing. Is the vertigo basically gone after the ear infection?
No. There's still a lot of dizziness.
Oh, brother. Terrible. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm not going to put too much pressure on you. I'm going to do my work here and get on with it. So if you've got a financial question, we'd love to hear from you. Our website is called jillonmoney.com. In the upper right-hand corner, you click the Contact Us button, complete the form, and then your email gets sent to us. And we answer emails from time to time, but I also want to remind you that if you click the box that says you're willing to come on the air, then Mark does do everything else. Even when he's not feeling well, he does it. So do click that box and join us because it's a lot more fun when you join us. Today, we're talking to Leighton from North Carolina, who told us before we started recording, she's like, I can't believe this. So welcome to 2023, Leighton. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm pumped to talk about money.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so what brings you to us? What's going on?
Sure. So I am 32 years old. I am married to a 34-year-old man, and we've got a 4-year-old. I work full time, and I also recently picked up just a little side part-time job from a previous employer. Extremely flexible, will not conflict with my main role. And so really, I was just wanting to see what I should do with this extra money that I'll be bringing in, where I should invest it. The plan is to just fully invest all of the money.
Not to just spend it and go crazy.
Correct.
All right. I mean, I was sort of excited by the spending part, but okay, maybe we can. So how much do you earn in your full-time gig?
98.
98. Okay. Does your husband work?
Yes.
How much does he make?
So he's technically self-employed, and he has made around 200 to 250 the past 3 years.
Whoa.
But that's also before expenses are taken out.
Okay, but what do you think he nets?
Probably like 160.
160. Okay, great. That's amazing. Does he have his own retirement plan?
He previously was not incorporated, so he has a SEP IRA that's got $71,000 in it. He also has a Roth, which has $55,000. And then this past year, he got incorporated and started his solo 401k. And so that's got $20,000.
Excellent. That's great. Okay. And what about for you on your full-time income? Do you get the health benefits for the family through you?
Yes.
Okay, got it. And what about your retirement plan? You have a 401k?
Yes. So I started this job about 6 to 8 months ago. So I've got $12,000 in that 401k now, and that'll be max this next year as well. I've got a Roth, $24,000. And then I have an old 457 that is being converted to an IRA right now. That's $10,000. And then I have an old pension that is also being converted to an IRA for $20,000. And then we also have a joint brokerage for $210. And then an emergency fund right now is $30.
You guys are in awesome shape. Any money set aside specifically for your four-year-old or like a 529 plan or anything like that?
Yes, we have a 529 that's got $40,000 and then an UTMA for $4,000.
My God. You guys are awesome. How about the house?
Yeah, the house. So we're actually in the process of selling our current house. We should make around $90,000. We're under contract and everything. But we are building a new house and we'll move in the next couple of months. We've already paid $44,000 towards that. And so we've got about $43,000 left to pay for the down payment.
So let's just make sure I understand this. So you sell the old house, you're building the new house.
Yes.
And from the proceeds, you'll have half of those proceeds are going to be used for the down payment, right?
For what's left of the down payment. Yeah.
So then what happens to the other half?
So that's another question I have is what we should do with that extra money other than obviously buy your book.
many books.
Yes.
And so you're going to have a house that you're building. What will the actual cost of the mortgage be?
So it'll likely be around 2,800.
What is the interest rate on the mortgage?
It should be 6.5.
Oof.
Yeah, we would definitely eventually refinance it.
The interest rate is locked right now, right?
Well, technically, no. We will lock it this week.
Can you get me 2 different pieces of information for the mortgage rate? Here's what I want to know. I'm interested in finding out what would happen if we were to adjust this rate, to make this an adjustable. And in this particular case, ladies and gentlemen, what is the house going to be worth when we're done with it?
430.
You're putting 20% down, you're financing the rest. You obviously, what's your current mortgage like payment? How much is this going up?
Our current mortgage is 750.
Oh my God. All right. But you can afford it because you've got great cash flow. Mark, what do you think about them putting more money down and then looking at an adjustable a little bit? Like, I know that that's anathema for most, but like rates are higher, 6-7% mortgages are real. What do you think about that? Do you think we should at least explore it?
Yeah, I mean, also, so I mean, they're basically going to have another $45,000 left over. I mean, I'm not completely opposed to putting more down on the mortgage either.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking putting more money down, number one, and also understanding if there is a better kind of mortgage that'll give you some flexibility. So even if you got, let's say you got an adjustable rate for 7 years, okay? Within that 7 years, I'm going to bet, and maybe I'm wrong, but maybe that we would be able to pay down. I mean, we would be able to refinance. And if not, I do think you're probably going to end up paying down. But I'd like to look at what that seems like, at least to understand what the risk is, right? And I would put more money down because you have it. So I'd put all of the proceeds down. The $90,000 that you said you're going to have proceeds from the closing, I put the whole thing down. The money that you're going to get from your part-time income, how much money is that?
It's really dependent on how much I want to work, but I would say anywhere from like $1,000 to $2,000 a month.
Are you contributing on an ongoing basis to the 529, or did that just come out of like one lump sum?
It was pretty much just a lump sum.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you think that once you have this mortgage, let's say it's, obviously you the numbers are so much bigger, right? You're adding an extra $2,000. Do you think that $2,000 is going to get sopped up just from the extra mortgage, your part-time income? You think it's going to get sucked into that?
I mean, part of it, but my son will start kindergarten, so we won't have a daycare bill, and we won't be paying for the daycare, out of my check also. So
here's what I'm thinking. Mark, let me see if you agree with this. I'm thinking I like the game plan right now. I would not necessarily start investing that until we get this house thing nailed down. I would take the house proceeds. I put the whole thing down. I would love you to let us know what are the alternatives that you have available to you. So what does your mortgage look like? You're going to actually get these numbers for me, right? And you follow up. I want to know if you put the whole $90,000 down, in addition to what you've already put down, then I want the mortgage company to tell you, say to them, okay, what's the payment if I put everything down? And it won't be $2,800, but it'll be probably $2,400 or something, right? $2,600, something like that. And then I want to know what adjustable rate mortgage alternatives are available to you. And then let's make a decision about that, and see what works for you guys. For the other stuff, as much as possible, obviously you're making the 457, the old pension, you're combining that into an IRA rollover, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that'll be one account. Is your current 401k plan a good one?
Yeah, it's Fidelity.
Where's the rollover held right now?
So we're actually changing finance advisors right now. So it's going to be with Equitable.
Is this a friend of yours, the advisor at Equitable?
Yes.
Can I give you some friendly advice?
Yes.
That money that's going to be in the Equitable rollover did you set this up already with them?
It's going through the process right now.
And is that the only money that person's going to manage, or are they going to do the solo 401k, the Roth, who's managing what? That's what I need to know. Yeah,
they'll be managing most of it.
I think for ease of management, what you ought to say to them is like, all right, we'll give you my husband's stuff, right? The old SEP, his Roth, his solo 401k, But my old 457 and old pension, I'm just going to roll it into my current 401k plan. You could do that. I think that makes a lot more sense for you. And then if we ever want to do a backdoor Roth for you, we don't have that money floating around out there causing a problem. I just want you to be careful. If you feel like you're getting some advice and you're like, it doesn't feel right, doesn't seem right, I want you to pay attention to that little warning sign. Do you guys have life insurance on each other right now?
We do.
And it's term life insurance?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do you have your estate documents done?
We do.
All right. Then in that case, with a little bit of caution, I say, all right, now, in terms of like, what do you do with the new money? Let's find out what your mortgage is going to be first, right? And then we'll go back into it. Whatever the excess you have in this money, I think that we can basically split it between your brokerage and the 529 plan. But, I don't want to overfund the 529 plan, but you think the kid's going to go to public or private school?
Public.
Look at that, public. Mark, is 40 grand enough for public school? Kids going to UNC.
He definitely needs more money. I would allocate at least $200 to $300 a month of her extra income to the 529. I would do that on your own. I mean, you do not need the advisor to do that for you.
I know. Make sure you don't get sold a weird, extra plan of like, oh, I'll do the 529 plan for you. Don't do that. Meanwhile, Mark, guess what else? This is a fire convert to the fine movement. So you guys are going to stop working when? Or at least change. When are you going to get your next endeavor? How long? You're 30s now. So how much longer do we have to accumulate all this money?
I would say maybe change to part-time by 50.
I think it's probably possible. The next thing you're going to do is just go to the website and you are going to pre-order the Great Money Reset because that's the kind of person you are. You're going to do that. You like talking about money. You want to read about other people's great stories about how they reset their lives. There's a whole chapter in there, essentially, about people who are like you. Like, I'm in my 30s and I want to make a change eventually, not this second. And this call to us and the book as well, these are the steps to take to help you realize what you want to do. That is why the subtitle of the book is Change Your Work, Change Your Wealth, Change Your Life. And the life part is the much more important part because the other aspects are the way that you get to change your life. But you got to go through some of the components of your life to figure out the way to do that. So I encourage you to check it out. If you go to the website, JillOnMoney.com, you can pre-order the book. When you pre-order the book, you will be invited to our first ever live webinar, and it is free to do that. So every single person who buys the book right now, pre-orders it, there's a good deal because we want to make them New York Times bestseller list, which may or may not happen, but I'd love it if it did happen. So check it out. See if you can help us get there. That would be great. JillOnMoney.com. Also, of course, if you have a question, click the Contact Us button. Mark will make sure that you get on the air with us. Mark Talercio, that's him. Mark Talercio is the co-host and the executive producer. We are distributed by Paramount Global. We drop our episodes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We always like to remind you to do something nice for someone else today. Thank you so much for listening. We will talk to you on Thursday. Hey, our mantra, which was Curiosity, Compassion, Community, it's still there. But our new mantra for 23 is change your work, change your wealth, change your life. That's it. See, I plagiarized from myself. Thank you for listening. Talk to you next time.